Okay, Anna, this is a baby Taylor guitar, which is a little bit shorter scale than yours. A similar string length and weight. First of all, the capo position. Here I've put the capo on just behind the 3rd fret, and you can see how it's placed. I'm also making sure that it doesn't overhang too much at this side here, just there, because that would cause me problems with the placement of my hand. You'll see how my finger's going there. Well, I don't want it to be restricted in going back or moving around. I don't want to have any capo hanging over there preventing me positioning my hand freely. So that's the first thing, simply making sure that the capo is right and the strings sound everything's in tune. That all matters. Okay, if you strum with your thumb, it just catches, it doesn't strum evenly. You get sort of, it doesn't hit the strings evenly, so you get it's not really a very good sound. If you strum with the back of your fingernail, just with the back of the nail, even two fingers together, like this, across the strings. I'll see if I can just demonstrate this, get an angle where it's easier to see it. Hold on. See, that's just the back of one nail there doing those downstrokes. Hear how even that is compared with the thumb, which is more broken up, more gap between the sound of the strings. So with your nails you just get that airy sound out of the guitar, which is more what we associate with an acoustic guitar. I'm just going to do it with one finger. And if you want to, you can take the whole hand. When I hit there, I'm hitting all the strings with the row of fingers. You can hear them all hitting at once. I'm hitting 4 strings or 5 strings with 4 or 5 fingers. So. And one finger. Now you can pinch your finger and thumb together. And then that gives you two surfaces, nail on both sides. It's still catching, you can hear it catching, and I haven't got long thumbnail or anything like that. I'm just going to get a plectrum. Really the key is just any ordinary plectrum. Just hold it very lightly, don't put too much pick sticking out from your fingers. Don't dig right in, just brush it across the strings. You get about double the volume. You get much more volume out of that, so you don't need to play as heavily. You can really play very lightly with the plectrum, and it will give you just that bit of extra sound. I was was digging in a bit too much there. You could just hear it catching. I don't normally play with this type of plectrum, but... The other thing is you can vary the sound a lot more. You can move towards the bridge for the al ponte, I think it is, sound, you know. Or go to more towards the centre of the strings. And you can vary the speed with which you strum. I'm not going to play it very fiercely, but obviously you can really even scratch the top of the guitar if you're not careful by overdriving it. I prefer to play with bare fingers if possible. And looking at where you were playing, I've got a feeling you were trying to do I think you might have been doing a barre chord, which I hate barre chords. Just don't like them because they restrict your hand. They mean that you've got to replace the entire hand on the... They're difficult. If you just play barre chords and you move them and you move over and so on, that's okay. That's what rock musicians often do. But if you lock yourself into that, then there's hardly anywhere to go from here. So for that chord, for the B minor, I only play the top 4 strings and I make that shape. I don't know if it's easy to see. There we are. 2, 3, 4, 4. I can add that down there if I want to, but I normally only just play those top 4. So I think you were playing Streets of London. It's not a song I play, but I think I know it well enough to think of what the chords are. I don't know if that helps at all, but that's just so much easier. Than trying to go, which slows you down. I mean, my interest in playing guitar is to try to keep things moving very smoothly, if possible. I think that's more correct. I think I put an A major in there where it needed to be. I'll have to look this up. Sometimes people want to sing it, and it's not something we often do, but it's a lovely song. Look, I hope that helps. The key to not rattling. If I play this, I find it quite difficult to make a guitar rattle, but it is possible to. You know, if I get the capo in the wrong place, and listen to that straight away. See where that capo is now? You hear that rattle? I got it worse a second ago. That zing. That's not good either. All down to getting it correctly and accurately positioned, let down vertically so it doesn't pull the strings over in any way. I have to do it very accurately and precisely. There we are, hold on, leave a little bit more space for the bass. Only a touch, I mean that's nearly touching the fret there, there's a tiny bit of extra there. Now I haven't even checked the tuning while I'm doing that, but that should be more accurate now. That buzz is gone. Still get a bit off the frets, you're bound to. That's what makes the guitar. I think the, you know, you want to have a bit of that. I mean you can actually use the rattle. Use the percussion of the strings off the frets, and you can do it on solos. You know, playing solo tunes, you can really go. And you can hear that buzz from the frets, and it does make it work. And then you play a clean. Play gently with your thumb. But when I do that, you hear that note, that slide? That's using the buzz off the fret. And you hear that? I'm sorry to put these ornaments in. I almost can't help playing with them because when I play I'm constantly doing this, and you will learn that later, you know, the sort of actually hammering on and pulling off the strings and doing little turns on notes, but you've got to learn a lot before you do that, I think. But you do use the buzz. It's not a bad part of the guitar. And if you use your fingernail to pluck that, that's a P stroke from whatever the Spanish for thumb is, P. And that's a free, what's called a free stroke with a fingernail. I'm only playing there with just one finger and a thumb, and I think that's important too, because people try to tell you to play with all your fingers and learn things in a complicated way, but in fact 2 notes are often just enough. thumb. Back of the nail. And very, very light. I hope that helps.